Welcome everyone to your favorite movie review channel, Mann Cinema Reviews, with its ever so lovely host, Peter Mann. Hey, that's me. What's up, y'all? Today we got the double bill movie review. We have an action film, Plane, and the latest M. Night Shyamalan film, Knock at the Cabin. But before we get to those, go ahead, press like, subscribe, and you know what you gotta do. Hit the notification bell to notify you of any and all reviews to this channel. Thank you very much for choosing Mann Cinema Reviews. The first film, Plane, came out a couple weeks ago, and it stars Gerard Butler and Mike Colter. This film details the commercial air pilot Brody Torrance, played by Gerard Butler, who has to successfully land a failing plane amidst a storm, and he is landing in a war-torn island off the Philippines, and there are rebels that are after the crew and the pilot himself, as well as a convicted felon in the form of Mike Colter. This is the latest from Gerard Butler. We've seen this guy as an action film star. Scottish. We saw him introduced in America basically in the film 300, and thus far he's done rom-coms, he's done some dramas, but he's mostly known for his action films, and I've kind of tuned out to those, especially because they came so furious and lackluster, to say the least. However, with this film, Plane, I think Gerard Butler really sticks to his guns, and he really stays in his lane, and he's in his pocket. Now with Mike Colter, we know him from the Marvel Netflix show. He's just a big force to be reckoned with. These two men really have nice chemistry. Mike Colter and Gerard Butler have to step it up and save the day. So what I like about it is it has its dramatic beats and it has its action beats. And it's not heavy-handed and it's not hammed up, and that's what I like about it. This is from a French director, and he really takes his French sensibilities and introduces it to a American action film and plays to his strengths, as well as its stars. I was just overwhelmed with how surprisingly good I felt about this movie. Like I said, the dramatic stuff works, the action stuff is obviously what's thrilling, but it's a nice amalgam of both, and that's what I have to say about Plane, is that it's just got a little bit of everything. Like I said, the action, the drama beats really do play to their strong suits, and it's a winner. Mann Cinema Reviews will give Plane a commendable 3.5 stars. Now going on to the latest from M. Night Shyamalan. We know how we feel, a storied career for sure. This is the man that made Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and Signs. Heavy hitters early on, and yet he has a slew of films that really cater to comedic bombast and very lukewarm responses. However, he does make a pivot with Split, and from then on, it's just a little bit of a trajectory upward, basically. Well, Knock at the Cabin is about two men starting a family. They have a little daughter named Wen, and they're off to their secluded cabin. And this is where a slew of events in the form of a apocalypse, these four individuals knock at the cabin, headed by Dave Bautista, warning that this family has to make a huge sacrifice to sacrifice one of their own in order to save the world. Now this is what the sandbox M. Night Shyamalan is playing in. And there are a couple things that I liked about this film. Let me go with its positives. I do like Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge. I do think that it is a strong romantic film where you see the trials and tribulations about two men coming out to their families once they fall in love. And that's when the progression of starting a family with their little daughter Wen, and the interactions between the three of them is just great. Very solid, very warm, very just passionate, and it just really plays to the crux of the film. I really think that it is a thing that could have been heavy-handed and forced. However, it just feels like a natural progression, and the family stuff is really what keeps you. Now, all the supernatural post-apocalyptic, the world's coming to an end stuff, it's hit or miss with me. I think that the strong suit on that section of the film is Dave Bautista, and a solid, very stoic, very reserved, but very playful character in Leonard. Dave Bautista is really coming into his own in this film. However, my mixed feelings of how the dramatic and romantic stuff mixes in with the supernatural and the horror and the science fiction or whatever is going on with M. Night Shyamalan's fantastical filmmaking, it really is kind of just a mixed bag for me. I don't think that all the elements really come into a cohesive progression. I think that though I think the beginning starts off really strong, in the middle we see it kind of falter, and towards the end it just feels like just a means to an end, a little bit of things that have to play out in a certain way that you see coming, and it is earned. However, it feels safe, it feels packaged, it feels produced in a way that feels sterile and clean. And I wish that M. Night would take chances. I wish he wouldn't be so forthcoming in how he wants to be this just everyman's filmmaker. I want him to have a little bit more edge. Though I don't think that's ever was his style. I think in order for him to change the game, he just has to bring something new to the table. And I just felt a little bit of the elements that came from Old and The Visit. There's a little bit of Split in here as well, but it just really didn't end strong for me. A lot of people like this film. I thought that it was okay. I thought it was serviceable. I thought it was fine. Mann Cinema Reviews will give a Knock at the Cabin a commendable but light 3 stars. I really do think that M. Night has one more great film in him. It just wasn't this one, unfortunately. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Mann Cinema Reviews. If you like my reviews, go ahead, press like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.